Welcome to the Innovation Talk series by Infosys Finacle. I hope the series of insightful decisions in the innovation series with the bankers across the globe is giving a lot of insights and creating new ideas. In continuing with the same, today we are joined by Standard Lesotho Bank, recognized at the Infosys Finacle Innovation Awards. It gives me immense pleasure in inviting Mr. Anton Nicolaisen, Chief Executive at Standard Lesotho Bank. Dear Anton, hearty congratulations on this award, and thank you very much for your time in joining us today on this Innovation Talk series. Perhaps we could start with you telling us a little bit about Standard Lesotho Bank and about yourself, Anton.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the opportunity. As I said, Standard Lesotho Bank is part of the broader Standard Bank group. Standard Bank Lesotho was founded in 1995. We see ourselves as proud banking institution within Lesotho. We obviously, as a bank that's part of the Standard Bank Group. Standard Bank Group comes from 1862 and has got its roots firmly on the African continent. And so if you're thinking about it, we see ourselves as playing a big part of the economy on the African continent, and we've got this big purpose that we're living every day in terms of Africa as home. We drive our growth. Maybe just a short additional component in terms of Standard Lesotho. We've got assets in excess of 11 billion maloti, and we're the leading bank with the main market share. So it's obviously we critical to the economy of Lesotho, and we've got an immense responsibility to be part of the community in Lesotho. Thank you.
So if I may say so, you're a young bank with a very rich history. That's really heartening to note.
Absolutely.
Great. So Mr. Anton, if I can ask you next, how do you see banking shaping up in Lesotho and, in general in the African continent?
I think the one thing that's shaping the banking environment on the African continent and hopefully in Lesotho as well is technology. We've got the ability to reach customers in different ways and making banking convenient where it was not always accessible in the past. I think that's a key one, and I think that's shaping banking immensely in terms of banking models and the convenience. The second part is obviously we're playing a critical role in terms of infrastructure development across the African continent, and it's enriching lives, giving employments by being part of these projects. And specifically, if we come a bit home in terms of Lesotho, we've got the Lesotho Highlands Development Scheme. It's a 39 billion maloti investment in Lesotho, which is key, providing water to South Africa. And that is where we hopefully going to play a big role. And it's obviously the Pudihari Bank dam that's going to be part of that, with tunnels in terms of water flow and so on. So I think it's an exciting time to be on the African continent, and then obviously specifically in Lesotho.
So thanks for that response, Anton. I think especially the very first point that you made about financial inclusion, it's a very relevant point, and we see that resonate very well across all countries in the emerging markets. So if I can follow up that question, what are some of the business challenges and opportunities that you see emerging in the market?
So just to link up again on that comment in terms of financial inclusivity and access to credit, I think specifically access to credit has got a big challenge for us, but also an opportunity, and that is where technology plays a big part. As to say, with the technology advancement, is one of the challenges to put a convenient banking to our customers at the acceptable pricing that they can afford. I think that's key. And then access to credit. I think specifically in our informal markets where you could not always in the past assist your customers with solutions. I mean, technology allow us now to reach those customers at the time that they would like to do banking, at the pricing that's convenient, but then also to start understanding the behavioral of these customers, where we can start assisting them with stock and all those type of things. So I think technology is shaping and it's addressing a key component of the challenges that we've got in the market. And then obviously that we're looking at our customers differently and understanding what is their pain points. I think that's one of our big things that we battled as bankers in the past, and the technology is allowing us to look at these customers differently.
So great to see that you're using technology as a very important aspect in your transformation, Anton, especially about leveraging it to understand your customers' behavior, and that is key to the digital world today. So you've always recognized technology as an important lever very early on. Could you tell us about some of the foundations that you have laid out to compete in the market?
Yeah, thank you. So with Standard Lesotho being part of the Standard Bank group, to go back many years, Standard Bank were many years ago one of those banks that brought ATMs to the African continent. And if you're thinking about it, as technology evolved, is that we want to put technology in the hands of customers on the devices. So it's making banking easy, it's making accessibility easy, and you want customers to understand banking is something you do and not where you go to. And that is key for us as well, is that convenience component. So the other thing is obviously starting to use USSD technology, especially if you think about the environment that we're operating in Lesotho, very mountainous, accessibility, and then obviously you need to understand the devices that your customers is using. So the feature phones is critical for them in terms of connectivity. So the USSD is putting us in a position to engaging our customers in ways that have not been engaged in the past, and so on. But I think also, if you think about our investment in Finacle a couple of years back in terms of making sure our core banking platform is the right banking platform to take our business forward, was a key decision and investment for us as Standard Lesotho Bank to build on that components going forward.
Great, that was great to hear. And given the fact that you won the innovation award in the space of cloud, I'm really tempted to ask you a question around your cloud journey as such. So when you decided to do a pilot with cloud as a foundation for your business transformation, what drivers led you to make this choice? And what are the factors that your bank felt are necessary in order to gain meaningful results from your cloud adoption going into the future?
So, as we know, banking landscape has changed with traditional competitors and non-traditional competitors. So if you don't challenge the status quo and consistently driving new technology, one would be in a challenge point of view. So you would not be competitive in terms of what your customers want. And I think we would like firstly to build a bank around our customers. That's one of our key strategies that we've got, and we see cloud to be part of that. And then obviously the ability to innovate quickly on cloud is very attractive, which also give us the ability to disrupt the market. I think too much in the past banks were following, specifically potentially us, and we would like now to be the leaders in terms of that. And then while also balancing the risk with failure and for product and adoption in the market. So it's critical that those components is key. And then obviously rigid shared infrastructure that we had in the past. Currently we are on a shared environment, which makes innovation that were quite slow on those rigid platforms much more accessible and quicker for us due to multi-layers of approvals and support needed from different countries, made it difficult for us in the past. And so we wanted to expedite our ability to be quick on the market. And then obviously the reduction of the numbers of systems in our estate and simplification of our operations and creating efficiencies to approved and outlined on our operational excellence strategy. I think those are keys. So if you think about it, we have got over 150 systems that makes our operating environment very complicated. And cloud providers have developed a robust and intelligent and the ability to consolidate all these systems in a convenient manner for us to improve our efficiency. I think it's a mouthful that I've given, but it's about very simple, just to summarize: ability to innovate, to get rid of those rigid infrastructure, and then to reduce the number of systems and have it in a much more clear and accessible way. But I think there's one that we must always never forget about. It's about the customer. And cloud is giving us that ability to have a 360 view of our customer, to really personalize our offerings towards our customers. I think that is critical. And then the other one is that we must make sure that banking is accessible, and cloud is making it much more cost effective to manage our data going forward.
So great to note your views on cloud, Anton. So if I understood you right, what you're saying is that from your perspective, it is about the operational efficiency that cloud brings to the table, and from your customer's perspective, it is about the convenience and the scale that they're able to operate at that brings the value to the table. So great points there, and that's really awesome to know, Anton. So now that we are coming to the end of the conversation, I thought it will possibly be appropriate to close by asking you to share your candid views on your partnership with Infosys Finacle.
Yes, as you know, in today's business world, one needs reliable partners and partners that shares your vision and what you would like to achieve. And Infosys is obviously a valuable and reliable partner for us. Infosys assists us with level 2 and level 3 support of the systems, and their response, and Infosys response is within the expected levels that we need to provide those services to our customers. Infosys obviously displays deep knowledge of systems that they are supporting, and it puts us in a position to design solutions that is specific for our customers. And if Infosys is able to assist us with the design of these solutions and tailor it for our market, it's important that we've got a local environment, and for our customers, local, sorry for the word, but we need to make sure that we localize the solutions for the market that we are operating on a daily basis. And in terms of collaboration, they are fair and extremely well in what they are doing. Infosys collaboration is well within our country support team. They are collaborating critical with our in-country teams, and even that they go to the extent of empowering our teams so that we can build the local knowledge in our own environment. When Infosys commits to making a change on Finacle, they consistently deliver on what they promise. So very dependable and able to deliver to the business needs, showing an understanding on our business, and that's critical, as I mentioned earlier. Infosys are also future ready and forward looking, that we understand how we solve for the future. They are amongst our first partners to embrace the cloud journey and part of with us in this journey. And we're able to collaborate with all our stakeholders to support us in our cloud journey. Their partnership is strategic initiative and help us to become a reference point in cloud technology spectrum by achieving successful proof of concept that we've done, proving that they are innovative and versatile and responding to their client needs, and obviously our client needs in this forever changing world that we are finding ourselves.
So thank you very much indeed, Anton, for your kind words. We are delighted to know that the relationship has worked very well for you. From a Finacle perspective as well, we value your relationship very much, and we assure you of our complete and continued support not just in your cloud journey, but for everything else that we might undertake as future innovations going forward. So thank you once again for the insightful discussion. I'm sure this will be of very significant value for our audience across the globe.
Absolutely, thank you.
To our audience, thank you for joining us today. And I would urge you to watch our other Innovation Talk series as well. For this, you can follow the Finacle social channels. Thank you once again for joining us today. And thank you very much, Anton.